What's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on this snowy Saturday here in Hartford, Connecticut. It is January 24th, 2015, and last night was TNA Impact Wrestling on Destination America. My thoughts and my opinions on last night's Impact Wrestling. Well, to be quite honest with you, there were 8 matches last night. Very short 8 matches. Um, I was very disappointed in that. I would have rather had like maybe 4 matches and had the time allotted for these matches go a little bit longer. Um, we opened up the show basically with the Feast or Fired match. Now you have 12 guys: Rockstar Spud, Jesse, Robbie E, Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards, Crazy Steve, Samuel Shaw, Magnus, Brahm, Austin Aries, Zema Ion, and Gunner. 12 guys. And if anybody knows anything about the Feast or Fired match, you have the opportunity to get an X Division title, a World Tag Team title match, or a TNA World title match. And the fourth option is the briefcase, you get fired. And so, you got 12 guys in this match. And this was really somewhat very short in my eyes. Like I said, all matches last night were really short. And I think, the problem with TNA, I think they're trying to put too much into one show, trying to get a lot of people on that really haven't been on in recent weeks. But anyway, it is what it is. It was sort of interesting because I had some surprises at the end of all of this, and that's why I say it's sort of interesting. Guys that I thought maybe had an opportunity to get involved in titles or whatnot weren't there. I mean, I thought maybe the TNA executives were going to push Brahm a little bit this coming year, possibly even maybe Gunner. Magnus is going to have a tag team title shot, so obviously this could probably get Brahm involved in it because Magnus probably will pick Brahm as his partner, although they had heat last night. Rockstar Spud ended up becoming the winner of the briefcase for the X Division title, which I'm not sure. I think it would have been better if Rockstar Spud got the tag opportunity because then with the new addition of Mr. Andrews coming in, I think Rockstar Spud and him could be a very, very good tag team somewhere down the road. But anyhow, so Rockstar Spud ended up winning the X Division briefcase. Magnus got the tag team title briefcase. I was very pleased to see Austin Aries have the opportunity once again become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And then it came down to obviously, the last briefcase. Obviously, Robbie E had the fired briefcase, but he did point out, and it was a pretty good storyline the way they did it, that Velvet Sky is the one who brought down the briefcase and handed it to Robbie E. So in essence, they went along with that, and Velvet Sky is the TNA superstar that gets fired, which, it's sort of weird. I mean, maybe Velvet was leaving. I don't know. She hasn't really done a hell of a lot in TNA as of late. I just thought it was sort of like a strange turn of events, but actually in the long run, it was really okay. So anyhow, they went to a commercial break, and Lashley is adamant about getting his title back and whatnot. And, so anyway, in a non-title match, Kenny King approaches Lashley with the Beatdown Clan, and they got into a match. And Lashley was finally, getting his just due on Kenny King. He was getting ready for the pin, but the Beatdown Clan attacked Lashley. So it was a no DQ, or I should say it was a DQ match, whereas Lashley ended up coming out on top of this. So, is what it is, guys. Gail Kim and Havoc Gail Kim is one of my favorite knockouts of all time. She's also one of my favorite divas in the other promotion of all times. I think she is a superb wrestler in her own rights. She's got a lot of talent. Um, but Havoc really, she sort of gave it to her last night. And, Gail Kim did all she could to fight back. But Havoc just like relentlessly punched Gail Kim, grabbed the ring bell. The referee stops her. She shoves the referee. Gail Kim wins by disqualification. And then, of course, obviously, you know what happens thereafter. You know, because they're going to set up a confrontation with Awesome Kong and Havoc. The lights go out, and there you see it in the ring. It's Awesome Kong and Havoc, and Awesome Kong actually clotheslines Havoc over the top rope. So, interesting there. I was a little disappointed in this match. Tigre Uno versus Koya with the Revolution. Koya is a really good wrestler, and so isn't Tigre Uno. And I just thought they didn't give this match enough time. And I think that what they're doing here obviously is making the stables look very, very strong. And of course, Tigre Uno will end up taking the loss here. Koya winning by the sky high. And, it just, I don't know. Like I said, 8 matches probably for a 2-hour show is way too many. And, so you can't give them enough time. If you gave these guys enough time, maybe these matches would mean a lot more. I mean, at least in my eyes, anyhow. So, but, we saw a lot of backstage stuff. We saw a lot of Josh Matthews on camera talking about the history between Bobby Roode and Eric Young and whatnot. And, then we ended up getting to the next match, the World Warrior Low-Key and Showtime Eric Young going up against the Olympic hero Kurt Angle and the It Factor Bobby Roode. A match which, again, given a lot of time, could have been a very, very, very good match, especially with the people that are involved in this match. And it just, like I said, it went back and forth. There was a lot of action for the short amount of time that they were in the ring. But again, right now they're making, the stables look very, very strong, as we saw with Revolution, and now with the Beatdown Clan. Low-Key and Eric Young win via pinfall. So, I mean, there you have it there. I mean, like I said, the time issue is really the thing here, which, really is the main thing. Ethan Carter III with Tyrus going up against Jeremy Borash with Rockstar Spud. This was sort of fun to watch in a way. I would have liked to seen this get a lot more time as well, because JB came out and started beating EC3 with a bunch of punches. Carter then slammed him and started beating the hell out of JB. Rockstar Spud starts screaming at EC3, and then he spits on him, and Spud gets all pissed off and jumps on the back. Tyrus pulls him off and lays Spud out. Mark Andrews jumps, hits the railing, and does a springboard missile drop kick on Tyrus. EC3 sees this and decides to bail instead of fight. This could have been a really good match. Obviously, it ended up in a no contest match. I think Mark Andrews and Rockstar Spud, like I said earlier, Spud should have got the TNA World Title briefcase, because I think these two guys can be fun to watch as tag teams as TNA moves on throughout the year. So, but again, this could have been a more fun match to watch, again, if it was given a lot more time. I think probably the best match of the night is next, and that's James Storm versus Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's really come to his own since he's been back in TNA. He shows that he still has the talent and whatnot, and he showed it again last night. All in all, he ended up defeating James Storm, which I was really surprised with the cradle. He got the 3 count. That was probably the only match really that was really, actually really decided, and when it all comes down to it. But yeah, Matt Hardy looked really good last night, and I was sort of glad that James Storm got beat. I don't like the Revolution stable. I'm a little ticked off because we haven't seen Sonata do anything. We haven't seen Manic do anything. And, I don't know. What are you going to do? So, anyway, then we have the street fight Outback. It's Bobby Lashley, MVP, and of course, as we all know, Lashley wants to get his belt back. MVP says, he's got this. He's doing it on his own. He told Samoa Joe, I got this. I got this. And of course, when it all is said and done, the Beatdown Clan gets involved. And again, another no contest, which it was another match with no contest last night. So, I wouldn't say TNA was a bad show, but I think they could have done better. I think they should have probably had lesser matches. I think they should have focused a little bit on the Feast or Fire because it is a big thing for TNA. They could have gave that more time. And maybe the JB and Ethan Carter, the third match, could have been, pushed to the following week. Maybe we didn't need to see Gail Kim and Havoc last night. There's just a lot of things that they could have changed up on. This being their third show of the new year and a new network, you're going to make mistakes, and you got to learn by those mistakes. But if you're going to have 8 matches in a 2-hour show, you got to give some of these matches a lot of time, especially when you have, a caliber match like Matt Hardy and James Storm, and the Feast or Fired, obviously. I mean, you got 12 guys in that ring. You can't have this end in 5-6 minutes. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. So TNA needs to learn from their mistakes, and I think they will. But all in all, I wasn't disappointed in the show. I just wanted to see more action in the ring, and I wanted to see more results of those matches and not see no contests here and there. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to next week because Abyss and Jeff Hardy are going to have a Monsters Ball match, and I can't remember the pay-per-view, but it was in 2005. I remember they had a Monsters Ball match, and it was awesome. And I believe that was the first year that Jeff Hardy was with TNA in 2005. So I'm looking forward to that, and a lot of bigger and better things to come in the near future for TNA Impact Wrestling. So that's it, guys. It's a Saturday morning. Peace out. It's snowing here in Hartford. If you're in the Northeast and you got snow, it's very slippery out there. Drive safely. And the other promotions, pay-per-view tomorrow night, the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a very unpredictable Rumble in the Rumble itself and the WWE World Heavyweight title match. I do not think we're all going to, sit there and say we knew this was going to happen, because I think there's going to be something that is going to play a big part in the outcomes of these matches. So peace out, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. This is the one and only Iceman on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel.